Hello, this is Patrick at OneCNC West, and what we're going to do in this training video is take a look at how to align the datum with your part. Now, sometimes this can happen when you import geometry from another CAD system, or possibly you have a customer that has supplied you with an IGES file or a DXF file. In this example, you can see that the datum, our X0, Y0, Z0 is right here, and our part's down here. Now, there's really two ways to approach this within OneCNC. You can move the part, or you can move the datum. It's up to you, and I'll show you both techniques. Let's say we want to move the part. Now, within OneCNC, if you want to move something, you have to select it first. So to select all this geometry, the easiest way is to hit Control A, Control Alpha on your keyboard. That's a standard Windows tool for selecting all the geometry. If you don't want to do that, you could come up to the top of the screen and select this option called Select All Visible Entities. And notice there's an option right next to it called Deselect. Alright, I'm going to hit Control A. Now, once your geometry is selected, you can move it, you can rotate it, you can scale it, you can mirror it, and so on. But in this example, we're just going to move. So with that geometry selected, notice that up here there's two move commands. This is your standard move or scale command, but the command next to it, that's move and copy. Well, we don't want to move and copy. We just want to use this first option. Alright, so I'm going to select move. Now, let's say that we want the datum, we want the part so that the datum's right at the center of this arc right here. So down here it says pick position to move from. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the center of the arc, and you'll know you're at the center when you get that little diamond. Now once I see the diamond, I'm going to left-hand mouse click, and now at the bottom of the screen it says pick position to move to. I'm simply going to hover over the datum, wait till I get that little square, and then left-hand mouse click. It's as easy as that. Let's say we want to move the part so the center of that arc's at the datum. Same thing, make sure you've got the geometry selected, grab the center of the arc, then come over and grab the datum. It's just that simple. Let's say we want the datum to be at that endpoint right there. Same thing, just grab the endpoint, left click, and then grab the datum. And don't forget, you can also do things like you can grab the midpoint. So there's the midpoint of that line, and I can move that at the datum as well just by left-hand mouse clicking. Okay, so there's one technique where you're actually moving the geometry to match up with the datum. Now I'm going to undo this by hitting Control Z, Control Zebra on the keyboard. That's just like hitting undo up here. Alright, so in that first example we moved the part, and to do that, remember, you've got to select your geometry first. Now in this example I want to show you how you can move the datum. Alright, to move the datum, come over to your NC Manager and just right click on your toolpath group. Once you right click, you want to select this option called Work Shift. And when you do that, you're going to get a small dialog box. And this is just simply how do you want to position your new work shift. I'm going to use Arc Center. I'm going to grab the center of that arc and left-hand click. And once I do that, you can see that a yellow axis marker appears there. Now, that is the datum now. That's X0, Y0, Z0. What's neat about this is you can change the datum anytime that you'd like. In fact, you could machine an entire part and then realize that you need the datum in a different location. Let me demonstrate that. I'm going to load a part here. Let's pull up one that's already been manufactured. I'll grab this guy right here. Okay, and right now you can see that the datum happens to be in this upper left hand corner. We're done machining. Let's say we want to move the datum to a different location. To do that, just right click on the toolpath group, go to Work Shift. I'm going to grab that point right there, so I'm going to use this endpoint option. I'll left click right there, there's the yellow marker. Now when I post process this and create a CNC program, it's all going to be referenced to that datum. If you want to put the datum back to X0, Y0, Z0, just right hand mouse click, go back to Work Shift, but this time select Coordinate. And just make sure 0, 0, and 0 are filled in for your X, Y, and Z, and click OK. And what will happen is that axis marker will disappear, and you're back to using the world datum, which is right there. Alright, thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.